Hey Wranglers, Mr. Wagoner here. Hope you're having a wonderful week in this rainy January weather. But speaking of January, we had a very special day occur this past Wednesday, January 20th, with the Inauguration Day. And in honor of our Inauguration Day for our new president, we are going to draw an American flag. Yes, we're going to draw an American flag, and you can see the stars and the stripes. And you may already know that there are 50, we have 50 stars on the flag. And look at the number of red and white stripes. Well, I'll tell you, there are 13. So we have 13 red and white stripes and 50 stars. And guys, you're going to need a pencil, some paper, probably 2 or 3 sheets of paper for practice, because we're going to learn to draw stars today too. And then you're going to need a red and a blue crayon, marker, or colored pencil. So get what you need and come on back, and we'll get started in just a moment. Okay, Wranglers, I have my paper and it's horizontal. We're actually going to practice one time, and then we're going to do the final product. And in between, we're going to learn how to draw stars. Now, if you have a ruler at home, you may certainly use a ruler for your lines to make them straight, or you can just freehand it like I'll show you now. I'm just going to freehand it. Now, to begin, we're going to start about halfway down. Do you see this edge here? I'm going to put my finger about halfway down, and I'm going to put a little mark right about there. So you can see I'm about halfway down. From here to here is about halfway, and I put a little mark there. Now, I'm going to come over here, and I'm not going to go quite halfway, but I'm going to go close to halfway, and I'm just going to put a little mark right here. So guys, we're going to be doing the first shape is our square for our stars. So I've got my marks here and here. Now I'm just going to freehand a line horizontal here, and then I'm going to freehand a vertical line here. And that gives me a kind of a square, or really a rectangle shape. And once you get that done, you can just take a break and relax for a moment. We're going to get ready to do our stripes. And there are 13 stripes along here. And the best way I know how to measure is you can use a thumb or maybe 2 fingers. That's about how wide ours are going to be. So I'm going to take my thumb, and I'm just going to measure, and I'm going to put a little mark here, and I'm going to measure from the top, and I'm going to put a little mark here. And so if I look across from dot to dot, that looks like it's about a thumb's width and a thumb's width. So I'm just going to connect these here to here with a freehand, just like that. Now I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to measure another thumb, and I'm going to put a little dot here, and I'm going to put a little dot here, and I'm just going to go across. Well, there's 2. How many more do I need? Oh yeah, 2 plus 11 will equal 13. So guys, you're going to need 13 stripes going all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can do it, and I'll join you back in a moment. Guys, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's okay if some are wider and some are skinnier. That's okay. The main point is to get 13 stripes, because these 13 stripes represent our first 13 colonies. But you learn more about that in social studies later. So now we're going to practice some stars. Now, we have 50 stars in our flag, but I'm not sure we have room for 50 stars on our flag. So the United States has 50 stars for the 50 states. we're going to try to fill up our square with as many stars as we can do. But to practice stars, I'm simply going to put this to the side, and I'm going to get another sheet of paper. And I'm going to show you how to draw a star. So everybody get another sheet of paper, and let's get ready to practice drawing stars. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw an upside down letter V. Yeah, there's my letter V. It's just upside down. Now I'm going to put my pencil on this point here, and I'm going to come across right here, about halfway up. Watch this. I'm going to go diagonal up and stop. Look, I'm about halfway, and it's diagonal. Now I'm going to come across horizontal, and stop. Okay, now I just have one more line to go. Diagonal down. Hey, we did a star. Let's practice again. I'm going to make it a little smaller. Upside down letter V. Pencil on the point. Diagonal up halfway. Horizontal over. Diagonal down. Yes. Let's practice again. Start with step one. It's upside down letter V. Pencil on the point. Halfway up. Diagonal. Horizontal over. Diagonal down. Yes. So boys and girls, practice more stars and join me back in just a moment. Okay, you can see that I practiced more stars, and I hope you did too. Now, all we need to do is take our flag, and we're going to try to fill up as many as we can. If you can get 50 in here, great. Do it. If you can't, that's okay. But I'm going to start up here in the top left corner, and I'm going to go upside down letter V, diagonal halfway, horizontal over, and down. I'm going to move over, upside down letter V, diagonal halfway, horizontal over, diagonal down. So boys and girls, you go ahead and fill up this little square with as many stars as you can fit. If you can get 50 stars in here, that would be awesome. So you go ahead and do what I'm doing and fill up your square with stars, and I'll come back in just a moment. Okay guys, I'm back, and I have my American flag here, and I'm just going to take my blue crayon. I'm going to take my blue crayon, and I'm going to start shading around my stars. Don't shade over your stars. They need to stay white. So I'm just going to go around those stars. So I'm just going to fill that up in a moment, but I do want to let you know that we're going to take our red, and I'm going to go ahead and do an R for red here. So I know this one's going to be red. It's going a pattern. Red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red. So I'm going to skip this one. That's going to stay white. I'm going to go here to red. So here's the pattern. Red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red. Okay, so now you have your pattern. Now all you need to do is shade in those lines for red. So I'm going to do that now, and you can come back in just a moment and join me. All right, Wranglers, welcome back to your U.S. Flag Day. Now, we've got our stars with our blue square. We've got our red and white stripes, 13 total. I believe I have 7 red, yes, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white. Now, once you get it all colored in, If you can find, I just got this old stick here. Maybe you can get a chopstick from the restaurant. And I'm just going to take my flag, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to get a little tape right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and tape this to my stick, just like that. So now I'm going to turn it over, and bingo, I've got my flag right here. All right, boys and girls, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Draw an American flag. You now know how to do stars and celebrate our country with the new president on Inauguration Day. Bye, Wranglers.